6:45, 45 degrees on days on the phone with dayweather.com. You know there's a weather system coming that's going to cause havoc across Wyoming because Don is suddenly all excited and he's in a good mood or something like that. Anyway, so I've been watching this weather forecast coming our way, and it's kind of like what you said yesterday, Don. It just keeps changing things up. What are we looking at?
Well, we've got a lot going on. This is a situation where we're going to have another really warm one today. You know, could we get to 70? We might. We got darn close yesterday. But warm weather this time of year means there's a storm upstream, and everything is coming together.
Wait. Let's take a look at what you just said. A nice day means bad weather's coming.
Yeah,
that's
in the springtime.
Okay, okay, I know.
Well, if for folks who pay close attention to the rhythm of the weather, you start to notice patterns.
Yeah.
You know, this time of year, you're only going to get warm with a southerly wind flow. And the only time you're going to get that in spring is if there's a counterclockwise spin in the air to our west. So that's why there's always something upstream when you have a big warm up in spring. So the good news is we're going to have a great day today, but we're under a winter storm warning tomorrow into early Thursday. We have blizzard warnings already in effect for western Nebraska. That includes the Panhandle, so our Panhandle listeners need to really pay close attention. This storm, Glenn, you know, people are going to start immediately comparing it to what we had in the middle of March.
Right.
We don't want to do that. This is not the same animal. It's a different storm. It's not put together the same, but it on its own is going to be a very strong storm system with the combination of the snow, the falling temperatures, the wind, and the big cold temperature drop. I mean, we're going to be 40 degrees colder in many areas. Now, snowfall accumulations, there's going to be a lot of melting at first. The wind is going to blow it and drift it around. There will be, I think, in the immediate Cheyenne area, at least 4 inches. Whether or not we're going to be able to measure that with a ruler somewhere is kind of a different story because, again, we're going to have a lot of wind like the last storm system where there'll be a lot of blowing and drifting. There'll be some pockets where there could be 6 to 10 or more, but I think that 4 or more for the immediate Cheyenne area. But I need to warn folks, the snow with this storm is not going to fall evenly. So depending on where you live in the big KGAB listening area, there will be varied amounts. So I want to let folks know that you could be on the low end 3-4 inches with this. You could be on the high end upwards to 10 or 12.
Okay, so Wheatland could get one, and then Douglas could get a completely different animal.
That's right,
okay.
and that's typical with these spring storms because what you have these narrow bands of heavier precipitation that spin around the low that will hit some areas harder than others. But I think the screaming message here is not so much the inches of snow we get, but the combination of the big drop in temperature, the wind, and the snow combined. A very dangerous storm for stock growers. Some folks are calving right now and need to take precautions to protect the livestock and fully expect Interstate 80, I-25 to be heavily impacted by this storm. And it's like the last storm, it'll be large. It'll cover Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota. It will affect northern areas of Colorado. The Front Range of Colorado will get into the act tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night as well. So travel going to go downhill in a hurry.
All right, so that makes me worry then, considering what they just went through. Our friends in eastern South Dakota and eastern Nebraska are still trying to recover. Well, what about them doing all this?
Well, they're going to get rained and snowed on as well. This is not going to help the situation.
No,
and their flooding concerns are going to go into the summer. It's not that flooding problem is just not going to go away. And every time a storm comes through, it'll make it worse. And then, the livestock industry in this state, Nebraska and Colorado, still really feeling the impacts from the March blizzard. And this is kind of a sucker punch because the folks who got through that one, are going to have to endure another one that will be very impactful for stock growers.
Okay, and real quick, our friends down in Colorado, how much of this are they going to see?
Well, they're going to get a lot of wind, and Denver and the Front Range they're under winter storm watches as well. Front Range of Denver, the Denver area, the Fort Collins, Loveland, Longmont area, they're going to get into the act. They're not going to see a changeover to snow till late tomorrow, but late tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, traveling down there, if you've got to get to the airport, let's say, you're going to want to get an early start tomorrow to stay ahead of it.
Quick, Martha, make a Walmart run. That's about what we're talking about here. Thanks, Don. 650 AM 650 KGAB Radio.